Exposing the reality. Behind the $100,000 visa fiasco, have you ever heard someone say, "I paid over $100,000 just to get my visa," and thought, "No way that's true"? Well, buckle up, because behind those words lies a world of manipulation, exploitation, and shattered dreams. What began as a promise of opportunity has turned into one of the most deceptive global industries of our time. What people now call the $100,000 visa fiasco. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this is happening, who's behind it, and how thousands are losing their life savings chasing a dream that was never meant to come true. 1. The mirage of a pay-to-enter world. Let's start with the big picture. For decades, countries have offered investment or business visas, programs meant to attract money, talent, and innovation. On paper, they sound legitimate. Invest in our country, create jobs, and we'll give you residency. But beneath that official surface, something darker has evolved. A parallel market of brokers, consultants, and agencies who exploit this system. They sell hope to desperate dreamers and access to those willing to pay. They promise shortcuts, guaranteed approvals, or exclusive channels. And they price them like luxury products. $80,000, $100,000, even $150,000. All for paperwork that may never lead anywhere. That's the heart of the $100,000 visa fiasco. It's not about the visa itself. It's about how people are being sold the illusion of control. 2. How the trap works. Here's how the scheme typically unfolds. It starts with a smooth-talking intermediary, often someone who calls themselves a migration expert or global relocation strategist. They show success stories, photos of happy families abroad, maybe even fake partnerships with embassies or immigration offices. You're told that the normal visa process is slow, bureaucratic, and uncertain, but that they have a special route. It's priority processing, investor tier, internal channel, and to access it, you must pay large sums up front. At first, it feels legitimate. Glossy contracts, official seals, signed forms. Then come the hidden extras, compliance fees, government liaison costs, due diligence clearances. By the time the paperwork is done, you've paid $100,000 or more. Weeks later, communication fades. Delays appear. Emails go unanswered. Your contact has moved offices. And eventually, the dream dissolves, along with your money. 3. The victims behind the headlines. It's easy to assume that victims are naive, but they aren't. Most are educated professionals, entrepreneurs, or families trying to start fresh. Case 1. A businesswoman from West Africa sold her company and paid $95,000 for a European fast-track investor visa. She was told it guaranteed residency within 6 months. 2 years later, no visa, no refund, and the agency had vanished. Case 2. A Middle Eastern family paid $120,000 through an authorized global mobility consultant. They were promised a property-linked visa. After paying, the property didn't exist. Case 3. An Asian tech founder wired $100,000 for a startup visa. When his file was rejected for missing documents, he discovered the agent had never submitted anything to the actual embassy. In each case, victims weren't buying greed. They were buying trust. And that's exactly what made them easy targets. 4. The hidden business of hope. So why does this continue to thrive? Because the market for hope is profitable. There's an entire underground industry that monetizes migration anxiety. They know people feel stuck, trapped by weak passports, unstable economies, or political fear. They sell escape. Their marketing plays on emotion. Give your family a better life. Don't miss this opportunity. Limited seats available. They sound like luxury brands, but behind the curtain, it's pure exploitation. Even legitimate investor visa programs fuel the perception that money equals mobility. That logic creates a gray zone where shady operators flourish. Every time someone pays $100,000 to maybe get a visa, someone else gets richer, whether or not that visa is ever issued. 5. Why the system allows it. The $100,000 visa fiasco isn't just about fraudsters. It's about how complex and opaque immigration systems make abuse possible. Many visa programs are poorly regulated. They rely on third-party agents or partners in foreign countries. Oversight is weak, accountability is scattered, and applicants rarely know what's official and what's outsourced. Governments also benefit financially from legitimate golden visa programs, which makes them reluctant to shut the door completely. Meanwhile, private middlemen blur the lines between legal facilitation and deception. Add desperation, and you get a perfect storm. Complicated systems, emotional buyers, and little transparency. 6. The anatomy of a $100,000 deal. Let's break it down. Step 1. The approach. The target receives an ad or referral. The agent claims exclusive connections with embassy officials or inside officers. Step 2. The commitment. They request a deposit to secure your application slot, usually $10,000 to $20,000. Step 3. The escalation. New requirements keep appearing. Background checks, sponsorship letters, notarizations, language certificates. Each costs thousands more. Step 4. The silence. After the final payment, you're told to wait. Then emails stop. The website disappears. The intermediary moves on. Even when the agent is legitimate, many use intentionally vague contracts. Fine print that says results not guaranteed. They get paid regardless of outcome. 7. When governments are complicit. Sometimes the rot goes deeper. In a few cases, actual officials have been caught taking bribes disguised as fast-track service fees. Internal investigations have revealed employees sharing confidential data with private brokers. This blurs the boundary between scam and system. When corruption infiltrates immigration offices, it becomes nearly impossible for ordinary people to know whom to trust. Even major economies have struggled with this. In recent years, several citizenship by investment programs have been suspended or overhauled after reports of abuse, from Europe to the Caribbean and Asia. But where one program closes, another opens. The money simply shifts geography. 8. The emotional toll no one talks about. Behind every scandal number lies human devastation. Imagine selling everything you own, expecting a fresh start abroad, then discovering it was all a lie. Imagine facing family members who believed in you. Imagine watching years of planning evaporate in silence. Victims describe insomnia, shame, depression, even breakdowns. They don't just lose money, they lose faith. In institutions, in fairness, in the idea that hard work pays off. And because many fear embarrassment or immigration backlash, they stay silent. That silence protects the perpetrators. 9. How they get away with it. So why can't authorities shut them down easily? Because the schemes are designed to slip through legal cracks. Contracts often state consulting services rather than visa guarantees. Payments go through offshore accounts or cryptocurrency wallets. Companies dissolve before cases go to court. Victims are scattered across countries with different laws. It's financial smoke and mirrors. By the time investigators trace the money, it's already layered through multiple entities. Even if a case is proven, recovering funds is almost impossible. Most perpetrators face minor penalties or simply rebrand under new names. 10. The psychology of desperation. There's a deeper truth here. Most victims know the risks but feel cornered. For many, the decision to migrate isn't luxury. It's survival. Political instability, war, unemployment, or hopelessness make people take irrational bets. And scammers understand this psychology. They use empathy as a weapon. I know what you're going through. I helped others just like you. Trust me, this is your chance. In that moment, logic fades. Fear and hope collide, and emotion wins. 11. The role of social media. Social media has turbocharged the visa racket. Instagram and TikTok are filled with relocation influencers showing fancy apartments and passports. Many are paid affiliates for agencies. They post testimonials, luxury imagery, countdown timers, all to create urgency. A single viral video can recruit hundreds of new clients. By the time anyone questions legitimacy, millions have changed hands. The platforms often fail to verify or regulate such ads. The algorithms amplify what gets attention, and nothing grabs attention like the promise of freedom. 12. The political dimension. There's also a geopolitical layer. In some countries, investment migration is now big business. Governments court foreign wealth to boost economies. But when oversight fails, that door becomes a magnet for corruption, money laundering, and fake intermediaries claiming to represent officials. The result? Legitimate programs get tainted, public trust collapses, and honest migrants pay the price. Every time a scandal erupts, stricter rules follow, and real applicants face longer waits and higher suspicion. 13. The ripple effect. The $100,000 visa fiasco has far-reaching consequences. It damages national reputations. It discourages skilled migration. It fuels xenophobia by linking migration with fraud. It undermines legitimate legal pathways. In other words, everyone loses, except those profiting in the shadows. 14. Spotting the red flags. If you or someone you know ever considers paying for visa help, remember these warning signs. 1. Guaranteed approvals. No one can promise success. 2. Upfront six-figure fees. Government visa fees are publicly listed. Massive extras are suspicious. 3. Pressure tactics. Apply now or lose your slot means manipulation. 4. Offshore payments. Funds sent to foreign personal accounts are a major risk. 5. No written contract or contracts filled with vague legal jargon. 6. Zero official correspondence. Every real process generates government receipts and reference numbers. If any of these appear, walk away. 15. Protecting yourself. Here's what to do instead. Always confirm visa requirements through official government websites. Deal only with licensed immigration lawyers or accredited agencies. Ask for verifiable references. Use escrow services or staged payments tied to milestones. Avoid middlemen claiming connections. Keep documentation and communication records. And remember, even legal investment visas have strict public terms. If it's secretive or special, it's suspicious. 16. The global response. Some countries are finally taking action. New laws now require visa facilitators to register, publish fee structures, and offer refund guarantees. Investigative journalists and watchdog groups are naming corrupt networks. But the fight is uphill. As long as demand for migration outpaces opportunity, someone will find a way to monetize desperation. That's why awareness is the most powerful defense. 17. The hidden cost we all pay. Let's zoom out. When fraudsters exploit immigration systems, the damage extends far beyond victims. It corrodes trust in legitimate migration, fuels anti-immigrant politics, and reduces openness. Every scam pushes governments to tighten borders, hurting those who follow the rules. The $100,000 visa fiasco is more than a scandal. It's a symptom of how inequality and bureaucracy breed exploitation. And it forces us to ask, what happens when opportunity becomes something only the wealthy can buy? And even then, not safely? 18. Lessons for the future. This fiasco exposes a fundamental truth. Migration must be transparent, not transactional. If governments want to attract talent or investment, they must build clarity, accountability, and protection into every process. If people knew exactly what's official, scams would collapse overnight. Technology can help. Online verification portals, secure payment gateways, traceable case IDs. But change also requires moral will, seeing migrants not as customers, but as human beings deserving fairness. 19. The real enemy, silence. Most victims never speak out. They fear losing face, or legal trouble, or being labeled gullible. But silence is what sustains this machine. The only way to break it is exposure, sharing stories, raising awareness, educating others before they fall into the same trap. Every shared warning could save someone's entire savings, maybe their future. 20. Closing reflection. So, what does the $100,000 visa fiasco teach us? That in a world obsessed with fast results, people will pay anything to feel certain. And that certainty is what the system sells, even when it's a lie. No one should have to mortgage their life for the right to move, to work, to start over. But until transparency replaces exploitation, people will keep trying and predators will keep profiting. We can't fix the entire system overnight, but we can expose it, piece by piece, truth by truth. Because once you understand how the game works, you can stop being its pawn. 21st, call to action. If you found this video eye-opening, help spread it. Like, comment, and share it so more people see what's really happening behind those glossy visa ads. And tell me in the comments, have you ever encountered one of these premium visa offers? What did they promise you? Your stories can protect others. Subscribe for more investigations like this, because the more we uncover, the fewer lives get trapped in the same cycle. The $100,000 visa fiasco is more than a scandal. It's a mirror reflecting the price people pay for hope. Let's make sure no one else pays it again.